Final Fantasy VII The Remake. We have waited for this game over 2 decades. But now that it's here, it's not without issues. Let's take a look at the 5 worst technical blunders in this game. You are watching The Gaming Greyhound, and while I love playing this game, let me tell you which are the things that really creamed my corn. Let me start by saying that I really like this game. I'm not a fanatic concerning the original, so I don't hate on the remake because of nostalgia. I'm also not a Sony hater, so don't worry about that. Also, I have the utmost respect for everyone working on this game. While playing, you feel that this is a labor of love. But that doesn't mean that everything is perfect and that we have to like everything about it. For example, I'm not very happy with every single game mechanic they've chosen to put into this game. There are sections moving robot hands where I still don't understand how anybody could think this would be fun. The game also falls into several gaming and also movie tropes, but I will talk more about that in my review. Here let's talk about several technical issues that really only stand out that much because this is a great game. Full disclosure, I installed the game on an external drive. That definitely made some of the points I will mention worse. If you think that's unfair for the game, deal with it. A lot of people will play it this way and experience it this way. And while they will not be as intense if you install the game on an internal hard drive, you will still notice them. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Number 5. The NPCs. Square Enix poured noticeably quite a lot of resources into perfecting the character designs. Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Barret, they all look fantastic. Just look at their eyes. I've never seen this lively eyes. But because of this lovingly crafted and animated main cast, it just stands out like a sore thumb that they did not pour that much love into the NPCs. It's normal and understandable that they are not as detailed as main characters. However, we are talking about a pretty big gap here. Vendors and lowly quest givers are moving their mouth less than lifelike. Let's not talk about the rest of their facial animation at all. In addition, while there seem to be a lot of different building blocks for NPCs in the designer's toolbox, different hairstyles, different clothes, there still seem to be a couple of oversights where the same models are positioned too close to each other. Sometimes it feels like a glitch in the Matrix. Number 4. Streaming of assets. In this game you're running around a lot, and while doing so, the engine seems to reach its limits. There are constant instances where the textures are loading too slowly, and this becomes very noticeable. But interestingly enough, this is not only an issue for textures. Let's replay the start of this conversation. During my whole time playing, I had to wait for almost every single person that I spoke to, longer than I should. There is a strange and frustratingly long delay between pressing the triangle button and the conversation starting. I'm pretty sure this is also a streaming thing, because you can force this to happen by running across a chunk of the map and directly talking to someone. Number 3. Textures. You have these great areas in cities, underground, where the textures are looking really great. Amazing shader work also does its part. But the game doesn't hold up this nice everywhere. It looks like not the same care was given to every location in the game. You can find a lot of low-res textures. And it's not a streaming issue. You can wait for hours, it still stays like this. Maybe they run out of disk space, maybe the current consoles do not have enough memory for better textures. Perhaps they simply run out of time. Doesn't change the fact that there is a big gap between quality of textures in different areas of the game. What actually bothers me most are the skyboxes in this game. They are static, lifeless and do not really look 3D at all. Playing the game on a lower resolution might fix this actually. Number 2. Detail. Final Fantasy VII Remake has great areas to explore. Wall Market by Night, for example, is just beautiful. A lot of detail here. But in contrast to this, there seem to be certain areas a little bit lacking in detail. Grass and litter on the ground often looks very flat. For me, the main offender though is this texture. It's used a lot for all the junkyards you're visiting. But what is this even supposed to be? I don't get it. And you see it a lot, even in shots where you see the iconic church that Aerith is visiting from time to time. It looks a lot like a simple filler that they put everywhere where they just didn't put anything else. And it's not pretty. Number 1. Inconsistency. As said more than once, this game can show you beautiful graphics. But for all the great moody lighting, nice shader works, fantastic animations and post-processing effects, you also have just too many areas where the illusion breaks. As noted before, there is a huge gap in quality between different assets or areas. And it's the extreme width of this gap that is the issue. It throws you constantly from "I haven't seen something like this yet" to "this is looking pretty bland." And that really is a shame. Well, there you have it, my honest opinion. I really like the game. I will go back in a minute and continue playing. Still, it's not perfect. And it seems like they had to work a lot around the limitations of the current console hardware. The streaming issues here actually show you quite clearly why Microsoft as well as Sony are looking into increasing data throughput in the system immensely with the new hardware. I really hope that upcoming versions of the game for PC as well as the new console generation will bring the polish that I at least am missing here. But let me know what you think in the comments. Am I way off? Do you agree? But that's all for now. You were watching The Gaming Greyhound? If you liked what you've seen, please subscribe. Thank you very much. See you next time. Goodbye. If you want to help me out, please subscribe, ring the bell. I'm pretty sure you have heard that in other videos before. Bye!